Now we're going to continue looking at two-way tables and kind of look at some different types of questions that we may see. So for this example, we've got a table that talks about favorite movie genres, and so a large group of people were surveyed about their favorite movie genre. The participants had to give their age and choose their favorite genre from action, comedy, and horror. So here's our table over here. The one thing I can see that we don't have is our total down at the bottom. They did already put the totals in for the 18 to 25-year-olds, 25 to 49, and over 50 group, but we need our totals for action, comedy, and horror. So to find your totals, we just add them up. So for the action total, we have 238 plus 350 plus 320, which gives us 908. Then for comedy, we add the 450 and the 472 and the 490 and get 1412, 1412. For the horror, we get 312 plus 178 plus 190, which gives us 680. But then for our grand total, we can easily add 1,000, 1,000, and 1,000 to get 3,000. So we have a grand total. That large group was 3,000 people that they surveyed. Right, so for our first question, we've got a company that sells a product designed for young adults is looking to advertise before the movies of one of these genres. Which genre should they choose? So if they're trying to sell a product for young adults, right, that would be probably the 18 to 25-year-old. And then out of the 18 to 25-year-olds, the one that is the highest is comedy. All right, so I would say choose comedy because that's the biggest percentage of the total of that age range, the 18 to 25-year-olds. For the next question, it wants to know if you surveyed 12,000 people instead of the 3,000 people, how many 18 to 25-year-olds would you expect to choose horror as their favorite genre? Well, there are 312 out of these 3,000, right? So if I want to know maybe what percentage that was, we would do 312 on top and 3,000 on the bottom, and then we type that into the calculator. Remember, it's going to give us a decimal, and that decimal is 0.104. Then if I put that as a percent, that would be 10.4%. All right, so we're saying 10.4% of this population of 3,000 are 18 to 25-year-olds that prefer horror. So 10.4% of the 12,000 should also like horror if we continue with the results that were found in this table. So to find 10.4% of 12,000, I'm going to take 12,000 and multiply it by the decimal 0.104. And we'll just type that into the calculator and get 1248. So we would imagine 1,248 people out of 12,000 would be 18 to 25-year-olds that like horror. And for the last one, we got 24,000 people now, and we want to know how many 25 to 49-year-olds you would expect to choose comedy as their favorite genre. So for this one, let me change colors here. 25 to 49-year-olds that like comedy is 178. So that 178 out of the 3,000. Again, I can divide to go ahead and get that decimal. And we get 0.059 and the 3 repeated. So we'll just leave it as 0.059, which if we wanted as a percent would be 5.9%. And I'm going to take that 0.059 and multiply it by 24,000. So 0.059 times 24,000. And we type that in and we get 1424. So approximately 1,424 25 to 49-year-olds would like horror when we survey 24,000 people. And that's just going off of what we found in this smaller sample of 3,000. Okay, so remember, the biggest thing with two-way tables is make sure you fill up your totals. Okay, even if they're not given to you, go ahead and take the second to add that row and add that column in, and especially get that grand total because that's going to help a lot with finding our probabilities.